Do you want to learn to make these? Well, keep on watching this video and you will find out. Hello everyone, welcome to my cooking show. My name is Arthur and today we're going to be making some brioche buns. The ingredients you will need are a spoon of salt, brown or white sugar, yeast, olive oil, water, 2 eggs, warm milk, and lastly, flour. So, first step, take your yeast and incorporate the warm milk. Mix well. Now, cover the bowl with some cling film and store in a warm place until bubbles form. Next step, sieve the flour. This removes all the lumps in the flour and makes your flour very fine. Now it's okay to get your hands messy because what you need to do next is create a well.
A few minutes later.
Step 3. The yeast is ready, so we'll beat an egg. Make sure to beat it in a different bowl so that you don't get the cracks into the flour. The egg has been beaten well, and now is the time to add our yeast into the well, the eggs, the beaten eggs. Never leave any in the bowls. Add your sugar, spoon of salt, and this is gonna get messy. Mix it with your hands. Don't worry if it's very crumbly and flaky because later on they'll start to stick together and you'll get a nice formed loaf of bread. Now once you've mixed a little bit, add a little bit of water which will help it bind gradually. 3/4 water, just gradually. Keep mixing while you're doing it. Now that all the flour is incorporated, and you have a nice bowl like this, try to soak up all the flour, remaining flour from the bowl, and you can start kneading on the floor. Your dough right now should be quite sticky, and that will change once you keep on kneading it.
A few moments later. Much later. Much later. Much later. Years later.
As you can see, it's taken a while, but we managed to pull it off. This is our dough. Now we'll make it into a ball. Just shape it. Circular motion with both of your hands. And take it, lay it down in your bowl to rest. And what you should never forget is when you want to rest, you take a damp towel, not too wet, not too dry, and you just lay it over. And like that, we should let it rest for 1 to 2 hours. Alright, now let's get on to oiling our dish. Now we oil our dish in order to prevent our dough from sticking. We'll just apply a light coat on the edges, on the sides, and try to add an even coat down on the bottom. You don't have to use oil, you can also use butter, any kind of fat, and if you can, some parchment or baking paper will do the same purpose. Now it's nicely oiled up, and our dough has finished proofing. It's almost doubled in size. Let me take it out of the bowl. So the dough is out of the bowl, and I must weigh it in order to divide it into 12 equal pieces. Okay. Now we need to make it into a roll. So it's like a roll now. Cut it into half. So we have 2 equal halves. 1, 2. We'll split it each to 6. Give us our 12 equal pieces. So I separated the dough into 2 different halves because we're going to have 2 different versions. The first one will make the balls, the usual brioche buns. Okay, we'll cut it into equal parts. Et voila! We have our brioche buns ready. We'll place them in our tray. Make sure to leave some space between them, not too tightly bunched up together, because we're going to let them proof one more time. We don't want them to stick together. Our first 6. For our second preparation, we're going to use the remaining dough to make some rhubarb rolls. What you're going to need is a rolling pin, a piping bag with the rhubarb jam, and an offset spatula to spread the rhubarb jam on the dough. So I will roll out the dough. Okay, now the dough is ready. It is time to add our rhubarb jam. Now with the offset spatula, we'll make it even. Okay, it's been rolled out now. Time to cut them into equal pieces. And voila, cut again. Place them in our baking tray once again. Well, now we're done cutting. We have all of the rolls here in our little tray. Now it's time to proof for another 1 to 2 hours. See you then. So it's been 1 hour. Now I'm in the kitchen. It should have doubled in size, and for sure it did. Now we're gonna put them in the oven for the final step. I'm gonna take an egg bath, just a little bit, just 1 egg with a little bit of milk. Just gonna brush it on each one individually. Don't have to put too much. Okay, it's time to place them into the oven. And to create some steam, a cup with some water. Place it just on the side. So this will be cooking at 220 Celsius for about 25 to 30 minutes. And by then it should be done and we'll be ready to have it. Okay, now it's time for the moment of truth. Take the mitten, open it up, take it out, and I was way too concentrated on the buns that I dropped the mittens. There they are. Golden brown. This has been Cooking with Arthur, the first ever episode. I hope to see you soon. See ya. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And always don't forget that notification bell so you get alerted each time I make a new video. See ya.